Hello, it's Anthony Nerdtone. Today I'm talking about The Blind Side. Let's take a look at the trailer.
I'm not cutting, I'm just asking. Let me tell you something, all right? We have been sitting around here for over an hour, and when I look around, all I see are people shooting the bull and drinking coffee.
How can I help you?
Oh, he was first.
No, you go ahead. I think I want to hear this.
Me too.
You're right.
Excuse me?
You're right? How those words taste coming out of your mouth?
Like vinegar.
Who is that, SJ? Big Mike. He goes to high school here.
What is he wearing? It's below freezing. Do you have any place to stay tonight? Don't you dare lie to me.
That's really good.
Was this a bad idea?
What's the big deal? It's just for one night. It is just for one night, right, Leanne?
Tell me just one thing I should know about you.
I don't like to be called Big Mike.
Leah, is this another one of your charities?
I need to find out more about his past. He's been enrolled in 7 different institutions. His grade point average begins with 0. He needs to do better in school.
I'd love to work with him.
This is mine?
Yes, sir.
Never had one before.
Want a room to yourself?
Not bad.
Oh my god, this movie. It's garbage.
You can go out for spring football.
How's he doing?
Haven't quite gotten the hang of it yet.
It's already nice what you're doing, but don't be surprised if one day you wake up and he gone.
I heard you got your new mama now. She's fine too.
Michael was here.
Tell him to sleep with one eye open.
You threatened my son. You threatened me.
Oh my god, shut the fudge up. Looks like a comedy.
We're well in practice, Leanne.
You can thank me later. This team is your family, Michael. You have to protect him. Johnny here's the quarterback. You protect his blind side. When you look at him, you think of me.
Yes, ma'am.
SJ, you're gonna want to get this.
Mike's the best left tackle I've seen in years.
You're changing that boy's life. No, he's changing mine.
The Blind Side.
I said you could thank me later. It's later, Bert.
It's later, Bert. Shut the fudge up. So look, this movie... Perfect. So this movie sucks. And this sucks for multiple reasons. For more reasons than you know. So, first of all, Double Toasted recently did a roast of this movie, which is hilarious. I recommend you check that movie out, or check that video out, because they're hilarious. I love those guys. But it did remind me of, like, this movie ruined my life for, like, a good chunk of time. This movie was, like, a lot of people's, like, favorite movie for a time. People love Sandra Bullock. Okay, good. Fine. Her performance in the movie, is it good? I don't know. I wouldn't say it's her best performance ever in any movie, so whatever. The story of this movie. And so, what sucks is, so Chico, who's shown up on this channel a time or two, he liked this movie. And then when we rewatched it, I was explaining, like, God dang it, this movie's offensive. It's offensive, this movie. They pretend this kid, is so dumb. Like, how? Like, I'm not even saying how. Okay, like, even if we're gonna play, like, there's a person that's that dumb, the amount of work that this woman puts in making sure this kid plays football is insane. Insane, okay? So even if you want to be like, hey, it's messed up, what if he was that dumb? Which the actual guy said he was not that dumb in this movie, which I'm sure the actual guy is super offended by this movie. But also, there's a point in the movie when there's a social worker who's asking these questions of, like, well, what's this all about? You sort of pick this kid up, you know, made sure he played football, and now when he's sort of optioning for colleges, you want him to go to your favorite college? And these were all valid questions, and they sort of play it like she's like almost like a police interrogator in a sense, but she's really just like sort of just asking these questions, and it's just like, what the heck? I thought that was very interesting because it does look like that. There's even a part where they're like, we really want him to go to Ole Miss. And it's like, why is this a narrative thing? It is just strange. And the depictions of black people in this movie that are not the main kid, Michael Orr, that it's kind of effed up. The neighborhoods they're showing and how they're being depicted, and sort of like they're like Double Toe Steven said, like they're zombies, which is effed up. Now, how this movie specifically ruined me. Now, I did have to walk to school a lot when I was a kid. And there were just a lot of times when, and like, look, I was a poorer kid, yes, but there were just some times where people just sort of like, not only were they trying to help me, but then like they sort of just make assumptions about how my life was or who I was, whatever, and all this jazz. And I would just be like, why is that? And I basically would start to call it, they're trying to blindside me. That's what I used to say. Because I'm like a taller guy. I'm like 6'3" or whatever. I was a bigger, especially back then, I was a little chunkier and bigger. If you could believe it. And I was just like, I was just walking around. I was very quiet. Believe now. I don't know if you can believe that. I was very quiet. So people just sort of like projected this idea or whatever, and it's because of this. And like this movie is a white savior movie, and while I am still sort of, I have complex feelings about white savior movies in general, like whether or not there is a place for them, and like. Which is a more complicated issue, I guess. But this movie is, like, so offensive because not, like, it does so much to try to paint this woman and this family as, like, oh, look at this great thing they did. When the things they did, all they did was, like, throw money at helping one kid. And they helped that one kid to go to a college that they probably like and probably pay for, or maybe, and probably, who even knows, they have like ties to that college or whatever. I don't know. It's just gross. Gross, this movie. It's so gross. Just saying that. What else I want to say about this movie? Yeah, it's offensive and bad. The end. Like, comment, subscribe. Goodbye.